Iran's leader, Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Khamenei, has prohibited any negotiations with the United States. The leader says that Iran will not negotiate because the U.S. is not trustworthy. Iran's leader cited Washington's withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal as a clear proof of the U.S. untrustworthiness. Ayatollah Khamenei says that the U.S. has a habit of gaining tangible concessions and then making promises that it reneges on later. He said talks with such a cheating government are impossible. The leader also dismissed the possibility of a military confrontation with the U.S.
جنگ نخواهد شد. چرا؟ برای خاطر که جنگ دو طرف داره. یه طرف ماییم و طرف اونه دیگه. ما که خب جنگ رو شروع نمی کنیم. ما هیچ جنگی رو شروع نکردیم. ما وقتی که طرف مقابل شروع کنه البته با قدرت وارد میدان میشیم. آمریکایی هم جنگ رو شروع نمی کنن. برای اینکه آمریکایی ها گمان میکنم اونها هم میدانند که اگر جنگی رو اینجا شروع کنند 100% به ضررشون تمام خواهد شد.
Ayatollah Khamenei denounced the U.S. silence on the recent massacre of the Yemeni children in a Saudi airstrike. He said that it's shameless of the U.S. to describe the Saudi regime as an ally in the wake of the deadly attack. The leader made a comment in an address to different groups of people in Tehran. I'm joined from London now by Marcus Papadopoulos, who's a publisher and editor with Politics First. Good to have you with us, sir. Why is the U.S. not a trustworthy negotiating partner, in your opinion?
Well, whilst I always encourage and support communication between governments, on this occasion, I really can't see what Iran would stand to gain by entering into talks with the Trump administration. Because after all, the Trump administration is the most anti-Iranian American administration since the Reagan one. Indeed, Donald Trump and John Bolton have openly called for the overthrow of the Iranian government. Now, given that they are openly calling for the overthrow of the Iranian government, what incentive is there for Tehran to enter into negotiations with the Americans? As I said moments ago, I just cannot see what Iran would stand to gain. Now, if we go back to the Obama administration, despite myself having many criticisms of Barack Obama, at least he did not talk about overthrowing the Iranian government. At least the Obama administration was prepared to enter into talks with Iran, and indeed did enter into talks with Iran, with the result being the Iran nuclear deal, which provided a great deal of stability in the Middle East. But now we have the Trump administration there. The Trump administration constitutes an existential threat to Iranian national security. So whilst people like Donald Trump and John Bolton are calling for the overthrow of the Iranian government, I actually don't believe that Iran should enter into talks with the American administration.
All right, Marcus, apart from this, the fact that you mentioned that they are calling for the overthrow of Iran and then it leaves no incentive for Iran, apart from that, is the U.S. administration, the Trump's White House, a trustworthy negotiating partner? It's not only Iran. Look at Turkey, Russia, China, North Korea.
I think we have to be extremely cautious and extremely suspicious of any American administration. I think that history tells us that America cannot be trusted. They will say one thing in public and do a very different thing in private. So, for example, the Americans like to laud Israel and Saudi Arabia as being very important partners, very important countries for global stability, for fighting terrorism. Well, the Americans know very well that both Riyadh and Tel Aviv are actually forces for instability on the international stage, and both countries support terrorists. So with that in mind, you always have to be careful of the Americans. That doesn't mean, however, you don't enter into talks with them. For example, North Korea, in my opinion, rightly entered into talks with the Trump administration. But as regards Iran, if, for example, John Bolton and Donald Trump were to renounce and to retract their earlier assertions that the Iranian government should be overthrown, if they say that if they should say that publicly, then my opinion would change. It would be Tehran should enter into talks.
Okay.
But alas, that is not going to happen.
All right. Thank you for your comments and perspective. That was Marcus Papadopoulos, publisher and editor with Politics First from London.